Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a Boots haul. I feel like I hadn't been to Boots like in person in ages, and then last weekend while we were with Emma and Chris we went to a big shopping area near IKEA in Leeds, Birstall. You know, when we went to the Next that had the Bath and Body Works, where I did a little shop with me around there, and the Boots there was really big, but it was so quiet. It was so nice to be able to just wander around and look at things, and they had way better stock than my local Boots as well. So I picked up some things. It's going to be rustling. I apologise. I'm going to just pull some things out, balancing them all on my knee. This might not be smart, but I'm going to do a one-handed haul to avoid the rustling noise because it would drive me crazy as a viewer. First and foremost, I got some more Batiste. This is my favourite one, and it was in the sale. It's like half the price of the other ones, so felt like it was meant to be. A lot of this stuff I've picked up is pre-holiday. So we're going to, I mean, where have you been? We're going to Las Vegas in October, and I've started to pick up some bits, you know, just like travel size things, and you know, it's all just the pre-excitement, isn't it? And I was going to buy a travel size Batiste, and I thought, who am I kidding? We're going for 5 days. I'm probably going to need a full can. So I got oh, and also I got another one because they were half price, which meant I could buy two. That's shopping logic. I got a couple of hair things in the travel size department. I got the Aussie Mega Shampoo. I've been really into Aussie shampoo again recently, and I used to really like the Mega one, so I picked that one up. And I got the Charles Worthington Moisture Seal Nourishing Conditioner. The reason I got this rather than the Aussie one was I thought I'm definitely going to finish this 100%. And this is like hard plastic. I don't think I'll finish the shampoo necessarily, but I'll definitely finish the moisturiser. And I just kind of felt like I can throw this away a little bit easier. I don't know, I feel weird about the hard plastic containers in travel size, but I don't feel weird about it in the full size. I don't know. But also I remember the Charles Worthington stuff smelling amazing. Back in the day when I used to use it. I rarely hear anybody talk about it these days, so I don't know. But I know I used to get the little minis of the Moisture Seal when they were in those like elliptical packaging. Do you remember? Oh, I didn't even see this in the bottom of the bag. I got one of those vouchers for number 7. I so rarely shop on number 7, you know. Oh, okay. So this is an exciting one because we have had a Kylie stand in the Meadowhall Boots for a while, but they've never got anything in the shade that I would want. So I went and tested a few out, and I picked a matte lipstick. So this is like the lip kit, I suppose. I'm so behind on this. I'm so old for Kylie Cosmetics. Matte liquid lipstick and a lip liner. And the one I picked was Candy K. Now I picked matte, but the reason I wanted to try this was originally, I think it was formulated by Colourpop. I don't know if I'm making this up, but I think it was basically the same thing as Colourpop. And I had some Colourpop satin liquid lips that were the best. In fact, now I'm saying this, I'm actually going to go online and see whether or not I can still order from Colourpop online. Because there was one, I'm trying to remember what it was called, I think it was Alyssa, and it was just the absolute best. It was like MAC Faux, and it was a really long wearing liquid lip, but it wasn't matte. It looked like a creamy lipstick, and it looked good all day. Anyway, I've still got it, but it definitely went off. I wouldn't necessarily want to wear that now. And I was kind of hoping it was going to be the same, and I wasn't really paying attention. Do they do different formulas? Because this specifically says matte. I don't know if they do. I don't know. Anyway, I got this one in, what did I say it was called? Candy K. And I love the colour so much. I showed this in a vlog and someone said, please don't buy Kylie Cosmetics. And I was like, oh, what have I missed? Like, is there something terrible happened? And she just didn't like the Kardashians. Which, I get it. I like the Kardashians. You know, take them for what they are. I really love this colour. Again, it's got kind of that MAC Faux vibe. I haven't tried the lip liner yet, but I don't hate a matching lip liner. They were expensive for what they are, especially if they are basically the same as Colourpop, because Colourpop is much, much cheaper. But my first impressions are very, very favourable, so just expensive. But there was like 20% off, so I felt like, you know, they've never got the ones that I like, and it's 20% off. I'm just going to go for it. I got a little mini Head and Shoulders because these are like gold dust. Whenever you want to find one of these, because this is the only shampoo that my husband uses, cannot find them. And my husband has this very irritating habit of, I will have a mini, so I'll have like, I buy all the miniatures for our travels, makes us sound like jet setters, we're not. But I buy all the miniatures and then I keep them. And then he runs out of something and he says, oh, could I just use that? Whatever. And then we don't have the miniature. So miniature hair wax, exactly the same. He has a specific hair wax and I will look and look and look and maybe I'll find it before we go, but maybe I'll just decant it into something else that I've already got, and that would be the smartest move anyway. But I would keep these little minis and refill them. But he uses them in the normal house, in the normal world when we're not travelling. Long story short, I picked him one of those up and he will not be allowed to go anywhere near it before we go on holiday. I got some Palmer's Moisture Oil. I don't know why I called it that. Body oil. It says moisturizes, softens, body oil. I haven't opened this yet, but I'm really hoping it smells like regular cocoa butter. Ooh, that was weird. Kind of looked like it was leaking, but it's fully sealed. Tell you what, in this weather, having your hair down is just like wearing a scarf. It's insane. Oh, it does. It does. So I just did, I filmed my favourites for this week and I talked about a different, it's not the same. I'm going to show you it, but it's just not the same. Vaseline Intensive Care Cocoa Radiant. This smells exactly like Palmer's Cocoa Butter everything. This is better. This is better. I bought this for more kind of leg stuff. I want to really get into a good routine between now and when we go away of like exfoliating and oil and moisturising. I want my skin to be like the best it's ever looked. It's just, you know, important to have personal little goals, isn't it? So that's what I bought this for. I really like that other one from Vaseline for like massage and for, it's a thicker consistency, but I wanted something that I could be really liberal with and put on my skin maybe just as soon as I get out of the shower. Keep it in tip-top condition is the plan. I also got one of these. I feel like I've had one of these before. And I think every time we go away, I buy something like this, thinking I'll probably be able to put all of my stuff in this to travel with. And then I panic and just put it in like a Ziploc bag before we travel anyway. So before we go away, I will pack everything in this and be like, yes, this is great. This will definitely work. And then as we go through security, I'll take everything out of here and put it in a Ziploc bag. So I may as well just packed it in a Ziploc bag. I know. I don't know, every time, but it's nice to have. And then of course, once I get on the plane, I can throw things back in here. And I do like a travel bag that's completely clear and you can see what's inside it. I've definitely got ones like this that say they are like TSSA approved, airline approved, whatever, but I just don't trust it. I know I've mentioned this before and some of you have been like, it's been fine, but I can't. I'm scared, I think, at the airport. I'm scared of like getting into trouble at the airport. I bought something abnormally large. This. Been again, same as I'm on my like pre-holiday skincare kick, and I have been giving myself like a full once a week pedicure. I think I'm still going to go for like a proper pedicure before we go away. But it's a little bit like if you had a cleaner, which I never have. And this is why I'd have to clean the house before the cleaner came. I have to give myself a pedicure before I have a pedicure. Couldn't rock. It's not like my hair. I could turn up at the hairdressers and be like, help me. What's happened? I can't do that with my feet. That would be mortifying. So it's almost a pointless thing because I go to a pedicure and they're kind of like, a little of something, and then they'll just polish my toes and I'm like, thanks. But I basically did all the work at home. But I've been giving myself a once a week. I'll soak my feet, then I'll buff them, paint my toes, and then I use a really heavy moisturiser. I've been using coconut oil, which is great, but I think for sleeping in, I'm going to start using this, which is the original Nivea. I love this stuff. I mean, this is not an unfamiliar thing, but I've never seen the top of it this large. Oh, it's the Nivea smell. And because it's so inexpensive, but such a large amount, I think maybe put on the oil after I get out. I can scrub, oil. Once the oil's absorbed a little bit, then I'll just cover myself in this. My skin will never have been softer. This really was just a little mini haul because I've just got one more thing. And it is the Ombre Solaire Over Makeup Factor 50. This is definitely 100% no different than the other one that they used to make that was exactly like this but didn't say over makeup. A spray could always be used over makeup. I refuse to believe that anything has changed in this formula to make it over makeup safe. I truly, truly just think that they've rebranded it because suddenly everyone wants to wear SPF 50 every single day and they're like, what about in the middle of the day? How do I top it up over my makeup? And they've gone, over makeup, you say? This is really, really good stuff. I recently bought from, I think it was from Tesco. It was in the sale and I should have known. But when we had that crazy, crazy hot day, I bought some Bondi Sands spray. It was a body spray, not a body spray, but you know, an SPF body spray. And I bought a facial spray from the same range. The body spray was pretty good. It was it was waterproof, which was particularly what I was looking for. And I'll be taking that with me to Vegas because it's still fairly new. But you had to spray it everywhere and then you still had to rub it in. It wasn't really a mist so much as it was a way of getting it onto your body and then you still had to spray it all in. Rub it all in, which is not ideal. And then the facial mist, which I mean, it was probably more expensive than this because Bondi Sands, even in the sale, I'm pretty sure it was more expensive. But I was like, ooh, treat myself to a bit of sun protection. It was so terrible that when it got in my eyes, initially, totally fine. But, you know, over the course of the day, if you're going to spray something on your face, it's going to make its way into your eyes. It just is. And, you know, probably sweat or whatever. It got into my eyes and my eyes stung for hours and hours. I was like washing my face like my life depended on it and I could not get it out of my eyes. It hurt for so long I had to just close my eyes. It was really, really terrible. Cannot unrecommend that enough. Cannot warn you against that enough. I haven't got particularly sensitive eyes. That was nuts. So that even more so convinced me that this is really, really good stuff. And it is just, I'll put it over my makeup right now just to show you what it looks like on top because it's really not much of anything. Watch it be crazy now. I mean, it's almost like a dry mist. It's not anything. You can't, it's not like going to leave anything strange. It's barely even left like a glow behind. Really excellent stuff. Perfect little handbag size can. I will be keeping this with me all day, every day in Las Vegas. Not that you necessarily go outside all of the time. It's quite an indoor kind of place. I get a lot of questions when I complain about the heat because we love it in Vegas, but we're not outside that much. I'm cool with the heat if you've got nothing to do and you're sunbathing by a pool. The rest of the time that you're there, you're indoors and it's all air conditioned and beautiful. You don't do a lot of outdoor stuff. So that's why. That's why it's different. That's why we enjoy it there and not so much with the humidity here. Also, my hair and my makeup stay so much nicer in the dry desert Vegas heat than they do here where it's just like horrid. So that's it. That's everything I picked up. I probably, now I've planted that seed, I'm gonna go back to Colourpop and see if that's still something that, do they still even trade online? I haven't looked at them for so long. But I would specifically be looking for their lip things that people used to go crazy for. And specifically for that one colour that I loved. So, you know, watch this space. Or, if they've gone out of business, don't.